Hi, Erin.
Hello, how are you? No, my dog's good.
Okay, doing okay. How are you?
Good, really good.
Good.
I'm missing you guys a lot this week. Hey, come here. It's just the computer. It's okay. Okay. All right, Guinness. Come here. On your back. Okay. Sorry about that. So we're gonna get going in just a few minutes. For those of you, okay, I know all of you, but my name is Erin. We're going to do Core Blast. It's gonna be 30 minutes of core training. Now, listen, nobody's watching you guys except for me. I'm hosting it. There's nobody sitting back watching. So if you would like my feedback in order to help you improve on your movement, please turn your cameras on. Otherwise, you're welcome to leave them off if you want, and just make sure you're on mute. Today, we're going to need a band if you have one. If you don't have one, 2 plates or any household items that weigh 2 to 5 pounds. So we have a super fun workout today. And our integrated training track, it's going to be working all of the muscles in the core, which means the whole time. This week, we're going to be doing nothing but hovers and planks. So don't go away. If you cannot do them because of shoulder or foot injuries, I have a modification for you. And that modification, you might not be able to see my head when I stand up, but that's okay. What's important is you can see what my body is doing. That modification is going to be for you to come to a wall, okay? So you're just gonna come to the wall. Feet walk out, arms press onto the wall, hips tuck a little bit, squeeze the butt, press the forearms into the wall, squeeze the shoulder blades together, push the body away. When we're in plank, you'll do that with your hands on the wall. And then when we rock back and forth, you'll just hold still. When we lift the heels, you can still do that, okay? So by putting your weight on the wall, you are still contracting the muscles that we're working, but doing it with less intensity. Okay, so less pressure on your core, less pressure on your shoulders, less pressure on your feet. All right, 10 o'clock. You ready? Come onto your mat and we're gonna go ahead and get started. Timer started. And let's go ahead and lie down on the mat. Heels in toward your hips. Low back pressed toward the mat by tucking the pelvis a little bit. Shoulder blades pressed into the floor, palms up. We're gonna start with a single leg lift. So front leg, then back. Keeping the low back pressed toward the mat. Knees stop right above the hips. And shins are parallel to the ceiling. So a nice controlled, limited movement. Gentle tap of the toes as we lower the feet. 5 more. Feel the lower abdominals working. If you have a little bit too much pressure in the low back, make the movement smaller. Last one, fingertips to temples. Both feet down, and we're just gonna crunch. Up and down. So elbows are wide. And notice I said fingertips to temples. Please keep them here, not behind the head. We don't want you pulling on the neck. Chin is tucked. And as you crunch up, eye gaze to knees. 4 more. Slide the ribs down toward the hips. 3. Shoulder blades pulled in. Last one, extend the arms. We're gonna come up to center. then front, center, and back. So middle, front, middle, back. So abs and obliques warming up here. As we twist toward the front and the back, we're keeping the hips stable and twisting through the center of the chest. 3 more. 2 more. Try to reach your knuckles for your knees. Last one. Down, palms up, hands by hips, walk the heels in closer, push up into bridge. So warming up through the posterior of the body, lift the hips directly to the ceiling, tops of shoulders on the floor, squeeze the butt, squeeze the hamstrings, drive the heels down, engage the low back muscles to drive the hips up. If you're feeling this in your low back, just tuck your hips a little bit. Okay, standing here, we're going to lift the front heel, put it down, lift back. Front, back. Focus on keeping your hips still and stable as you move. And this is bringing the warm up down into the calves, a little bit deeper into the hamstrings and glutes. 5 more each side. Keep the hips lifted. 3. Last one. Hold, roll down slowly. Clasp the hands. We're going to go back to that crunch and twist. So center, front, center, back. All right, so second time around. Try to bring the warm up a little bit deeper into the muscles by increasing your range a little bit. So that shoulder coming up and over the opposite hip. Try to keep your shoulder blades off the floor this time with just a small pulse as we move. Two more. Last one. Fingertips to temples, just a crunch up and down. So if you remember a few weeks ago, we talked about pulling that belly button in. As we fatigue, it's going to be tempting to push everything out as we move. So focus on pulling the pelvic floor up, pulling the lower abdominals up, pulling the upper abdominals down, and obliques in, everything sinking in toward the belly button, contracting the core. Last one, hands by hips, single leg lift. 1, 2. Control movement. Low back pressing toward the mat. All of the work in our lower abdominals, hip flexors, and quads. 5 more. Last one. Nice job. Grab behind the knees. Let's roll up. And here's our integrated training block. So flip over to your belly. If you have foot or shoulder pain, you're going to go onto the wall. Bring the elbows in line with shoulders, hands and fists, knuckles face each other, knees hip width apart, and lift your hips shoulder height. Now you can either choose to stay here, or you can come up to the toes. We're going to rock forward and back. Press the forearms into the floor, and then drive your chest forward to your thumbs as we rock forward. If you're on the knees or if you're on the wall, you're just holding your hover. Keep your hips shoulder height. Pull the belly button up toward your spine. Shoulder blades pull in toward the spine and down the back. Eye gaze in front of the hands. That's going to help keep your neck in line with your spine. Keep going. Now as you're moving, picture making your body a straight line. A lot of us want to pike the hips up. Don't do that. Keep them shoulder height. Some of us like the hips to fall toward the mat. Pull them up. Hips tucked, belly button pulled in, shoulder blades pulled together. All right, hold. Hold, hover. Now everybody, right foot out, left foot out, in, out, in. Your modification, if you're on the knees, out, in. Whichever level you choose today, keep the hips level. Keep them still. Press your forearms into the floor for shoulder stabilization. Now, can you take the bounce out of your hips? Hold them still. 10 seconds. Almost there. One more. Hold. Drop to the knees. Up into plank. Knees or toes. Choice is yours. So, here's what we do. Out, in, lift, lift. Out, in, lift, lift. Out, in, lift, lift. On the knees. Out, in, lift, lift. Now the great thing about timed intervals is you can go as fast or slow as you want to. We've got 15 seconds left. Focus on keeping the body still as the legs move. Done. Drop to the knees. Quick shake. How you doing so far? All right. Round two. Doing everything one more time. On the belly. Elbows under shoulders. Feet hip distance apart. Knees or toes. Lift now. Rock forward. In back. Forward. In back. Forearms pressing into the mat. Shoulder blades pull together. Chest pressing forward toward the thumbs. Pull the belly button in. Squeeze the butt. Tuck the hips a little bit. Drive the knees toward the ceiling. 20 more seconds. Can you reach your chest a little further forward and then drive the heels a little further back? Feel every muscle in your core grabbing to hold the body still as we move. All right, hold. Out, in. On the knees, out, in. Now, working all of the core muscles, but engaging the obliques to pull the legs out as we move. Focus on stabilizing. Pressing the forearms into the floor. That's going to stabilize through the shoulders. Squeezing the butt tight is going to help keep your hips still. 10 seconds. 5. Oh, come on. And done. Drop to the knees. Up on the hands. Up into plank. Ready? Out, in, up. As you're lifting, the hips and heels, same line. So don't lift so high that the hips turn, okay? From the side, out, in, lift. It's a small movement, not very big. Spread your fingers out on the floor. Press the palms down. Push the body away. 5 seconds. Done. Good job. Push back. Stretch through the arms, stretch through the hips, and roll up. Our next block of work is rotational power. If you have a band, grab it. We're gonna take this band. I can't see my feet. You guys will just have to do without seeing my head, okay? All right. Take the band. Step in the middle with your right foot. Left foot, step super wide. And we're going to bring the left arm up, squat down low, discus throw. So up and down, up and down. So up, hold, slow down. All right, up, hold, slow down. Driving through the heels to rise. As we squat, knees push out, weight in heels. As we pull up, handle comes shoulder height, arm reaches across the body, the opposite corner. We power up by squeezing the butt and by twisting the chest to the opposite corner. Hold up, control down. Squeeze, slowly relax. Exhale on the effort, exhale here. Inhale. Keep the knees driving out as you lower. As you rise, squeeze the inner thighs together. All right, singles. Up, down. So this track, rotational power, keep moving. I'm looking at those of you with your cameras on. Good job. Nice control, keep the knees wide. Now keep the chest lifted. Drive through the center of the chest, 45 degrees from forward. 25 seconds. So total body work here, but especially the muscles that control the body as we twist. So the obliques and sling muscles working hard here. Done. Switch sides. Left foot, center band, right foot wide, toes out 45, squat low, knees out, right hand up, up, hold, and down, up, hold, and down. Drive your heels through the floor, keep the chest lifted, squeeze your butt tight. Now, keep your shoulder blades pulled down, chest open and lifted as you bring the arm across. If you have a plate or a weight that is in your hand, you're moving just like those of us that have a band. Squeeze everything. Squeeze everything at the top. All right, singles. Down, up, down, up. So this move is called the discus. So it's like you're in the Olympics, and when you wind up, squeeze the butt, drive everything up and forward, and power that discus, launch it across the room, okay? Launch it, launch it. Knees out, chest up. Drive the heels down, drive the heels down. 25 seconds. Training the muscles that support the spine as we twist, and also the muscles that give the upper body power from the lower body. So really gonna help movements like clean and press, lifting, stop. Good job. Grab your band, fold it in half. If you're using a weight, bring it up to chest. Hold here, right foot stabilizes, left foot, lunge back, hip, ceiling, and switch. Right leg lunge, hip, ceiling, switch. As you come in, stay low. And then in the lunge, we're pushing that front knee out away from midline. Keep the chest lifted. And then twist through the center of your chest as your hips stay squared forward. 15 more seconds. One more rep. Hold. Good job. Let's go into hips and glutes. If you have a band, you're gonna step in center, feet hip distance apart, and then cross the handles, bring them up on your hips. All right? Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. If you don't have a band, don't worry about it. No need for anything. Just set up like we are with your hands and feet. Stabilize the right foot. Squat down, weight into heels. And we're gonna step the left foot back. Bend to the corner. Oops, sorry. Back, corner, side, squat. Back, corner, side, squat. Keeping the weight in the front heel. Moving toe nice and light. So if you want a little bit less, you can use the band. If you want a little bit more, turn it to a double pulse. So 1, 2. As we're moving, pressure is building through the stable leg, through the hip because we're pushing the knee away from midline, driving the heel down, engaging the hamstring, engaging the glute. On the moving leg, we're engaging the side glutes to pull the leg out. 30 seconds. Fast or slow as you want to go. Just make sure you have great form. So no leaning to the side, chest over toes, hips and shoulders square. Now check in with your legs. Is all your weight in that front heel? Almost there. All right, step in, switch. Quick shake, reset, hands on hips, shoulders pull together, weight in heels. Sit into squat, right leg moves this time. Back, corner, side, squat. Back, corner, side, squat. All right, how far can you tip your chest over your toes? How proud can you keep your chest? How stable can you keep your body? All right, if you want it, double pulse. Ready? Seconds. Keep this front knee pushing away from midline. Don't let it fall in. Away from midline. That's going to keep it in line with your hip. It's going to engage the outer hip muscles. Strong hips equal stable knees. All right, good job. Rise. We're going to come on down to the mat. If you have a band, keep it. If you have a band, Put it over your shoes. So the handles go on your shoes. Roll them down nice and tight so they don't fly off. All right, come up into horse stance. Bring your band between your knees, loop it around your right thumb. Come on out into horse stance. Hips and shoulders stable, hands under shoulders. Lift the foot hip height and bring it out 45 degrees. That's where we're going, okay? So in, out, as we move. Hips are stable. We're squeezing the butt to lift the heel to glute height, and then squeezing the side glutes to bring the leg out 45 degrees, so to the corner behind you. If you want a little bit more, pulse 4 times. 4, 3, 2, and in. So that pulse is going to be super small. Holding the contraction through the hip, a little bit longer than our single reps. Check in with your hips, check in with your shoulders, make sure everything is square to the floor. 5 more seconds. Good. Back into horse stance. Switch the hand that the loop is on, so around the left thumb. Again, if you don't have a band, just set up like we are. You just want to have that extra resistance. Hands under shoulders, extend the right leg long, left leg, sorry. Bring it out 45. That's your goal. Keep your hips square. So down and out. Down and out. So picture dragging your foot to the corner behind you. You got a glass of water on your hip. All right, it's full to the brim. You want to keep the hips still so that you don't spill any water out of the glass. And remember, you're going where you want to work today. If you're pulsing, keep it small. Give the glute fire up. Keep your back strong, belly button pulled up towards spine. All of the work is in the hip and glute. 15 more seconds. Keep your hips square. Push your palms to the floor. It's going to help you stabilize the shoulders and therefore stabilize the hips. And done. Good job. That's our hip strength. How'd you do? Let's go ahead and lose the band for now. We're going to go into obliques. We'll be using the band again later. But for now, lie on your back. Arms out to a T. Now turn toward the screen. Back arm reaches for the ceiling. Front arm pressing into the floor. Bottom leg extend. And we're going to crunch up, extend the top leg, and down. Up and down. So focus on keeping your chest facing me. What we're focusing on for this block of work is the oblique muscles, the muscles on the side of the waist that connect the shoulder to the same hip. So keep your foot hip height. And as you lift the chest up off the floor, focus on sliding the rib down toward the hip. All right, here's your challenge. Can you reach a little bit higher? We've got 15 seconds left. Reach higher, drive the foot out longer. Keep going. 5 seconds. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Lie on your back, arms out to a T. Knees over hips, we're going into a figure 8 leg drop. So drop down, circle up, back to center, drop back, circle down, circle up, back to center. So as we move, we're keeping the shoulders anchored to the floor. We're drawing the number 8 with our knees. So as we drop, pull the knees down toward your feet, pull them up toward the chest, back to center. Down toward your feet, up toward your chest, back to center. Get it? All right. Now, if you want a little bit more out of this, we're going to do this. Down, circle to the back, down, circle to the front, down, extend, pull in to the back circle. Front, to the back, not to the front, down, extend, back to center, back. So we're just doing the one side right now. When we switch sides, we'll hit the other side. One more. To the front, to the back, now to the front, extend, center. Good job. Roll back to the side. Front arm stays grounded, back arm pulls in, extend both legs long and split them. So bottom leg forward, top leg back. We're gonna crunch everything in and then split. In, and split. Splitting the legs the same way each time. We'll switch it when we switch sides. So again, keep your chest facing me so that we're moving up and down through the side of the body, working the oblique. Now, as you push the legs out, how long can you make them? The longer the levers, the more load on your core. In and out, 30 more seconds. How tight can you crunch here? How small can you get as you lift up off the floor and balance on the hip? Four seconds, come on. Get 2 more reps in. Good job. Switch sides. So head facing opposite direction. Lie on your back, arms out to a T. Turn to your side, bottom arm forward, palm up, top arm reaches for ceiling. Extend the bottom leg, bend the top leg, and we're gonna crunch up and extend the top leg. So this front arm, you're using kind of as a kickstand. So that oblique muscle right here through the side is initiating the movement. That bottom arm is helping you get a little bit extra lift, helping you stabilize so that we can keep the hips and shoulders squared forward. Extend long and in. We've got 25 more seconds, come on. Push the legs long. The longer you drive the legs, the more load on the core, the more change we have. So this whole block of work is about strengthening through the waistline. Done. Arms out to a T, back to that figure 8, knees over hips. Drop, circle, up, back to center. Drop, circle, back to center. Remember, we only drop the legs as far as we can go, keeping the shoulders glued to the floor. So your shoulders are your anchor. They're what is going to stabilize your body as your hips move. If you want a little bit more, let's do it. We're going to circle forward, circle back, circle forward, extend, back up, circle back, forward, back, forward, extend, up. So as you drop the legs, you're going to feel that oblique stretch. As you pull them back up, focus the work down the side of your waist to draw the legs back to center. Good job. Legs down, arms out, come back to side, split the bottom leg forward, top leg back, and crunch in and split. So in addition to the obliques, we're now bringing the hip muscles into the work. So that top oblique, working with the top hip muscle to keep the leg lifted and control it as it pushes out and back. Oh, do you feel that top oblique burning? Come on, squeeze in as small as you can. Squeeze in as small as you can, but as long as you can. Small, long. Keep your chest facing forward. We've got 10 more seconds. 4, get 2 more in. Done. Good job. That's our oblique work. Now our final block of work is going to be posterior chain. If you have a band, grab it. Put some pressure on the band, kneel on it. If you're using weights, 2 small weights, 1 in each hand. Band across the handles, and we're going to go side raise, and then cobra. So tilt forward, side raise, now cobra, arms back. Tilt forward, side, tilt forward, back. So, we lift the arms by sliding the shoulder blades in. We push the chest over the knees, the hips back toward the heels. This entire block of work is all about the posterior chain. So I know we're running close to our time. If it cuts out, I'm sorry. But I will see you guys next week then, okay? Let's just keep going. Now triple pulse. 3, 2, 1, back. 3, 2, 1. 20 more seconds. Good. Back. Side. We've got 5 seconds left. Slide the shoulder blades in. Reach the arms long. Done. Lose the band. Line your belly. Legs behind you. Arms out to a T. Lift right arm. Left leg. Put it down. Left arm. Right leg. Put it down. Right. Left. Down. Left arm. Right leg. Down. Now pulse 3 times. 3, 2, 1. Down. 3, 2, 1. Down. As you lift the arm, pull your chest up off the floor. Slide the shoulder blade in. Slide the shoulder blade and your glute in toward your center back. Squeeze through the entire back of your body. Now try to lift your chest super high